Welcome in humanity to another edition of Truth, Fact, Reality, Logic, and Objectivity. TSAT. Truth supersedes all things at all times, no matter what. And P.F.E, which stands for Plan for Everything at all times, no matter fucking what, family. So let's get on in here, family, and listen to this short clip by Malcolm X. I call him Master Teacher Malcolm. So let's listen to Master Teacher Malcolm X on reparations. One thing I can tell you, family, is they don't make them like him no more. Nah, they don't make no black man or woman like him no more in America or nowhere on planet Earth. They don't make them like this no more. Let's listen in and hear what the master teacher, one of our superhero, real superhero, true fact, reality, logic, and objectivity superhero greats, told us about reparations, family. Let's listen in very closely and carefully to what the master teacher is about to tell us.
Mr. Rustin, if you have 100 people who work for you for nothing for a week, you make a profit.
Facts.
If you have 1 million people who work for you for nothing for a year, you become wealthy.
Facts.
Well, then when you have millions of black people whom you can work for nothing for 310 years, you can easily see why America became the wealthiest and the most powerful country on earth faster than any country in history.
Truth.
But here you have 20 million black people today whose parents were worked for 310 years for nothing. What do they have coming for them? Not only did their parents work 310 years for nothing like an animal, but their parents also were the most faithful soldiers that the master had. What payment have they gotten? And today, they're not asking for much. They're not asking for what someone else would ask. Instead of asking for something that's real, they're asking their master to let them occupy one of the rooms in his house or one of the rooms with him in his house. Now, this is still not asking for something. If America gave the black man here half of this country, they wouldn't be giving us anything. They work our mothers and fathers for 310 years with
Mr. True fact, reality, logic, and objectivity, Malcolm X, master teacher Malcolm said, if America, this white man, his mom and child, gave the black man, woman, his mom and child, half of America, they wouldn't be doing us a fucking favor, man. They worked our motherfucking ancestors and still got us mentally, physically, and spiritually enslaved under them and under their way of thinking: education, entertainment, labor law, economics, labor law, politics, religion, sex, war, and counter war. Malcolm X said they wouldn't be doing us no motherfucking favor if they gave us half of America. They owe us all of America with interest. That's not a favor. They owe us. Malcolm X, man, let's listen to that little part again, man. It's very key and critical. But the black man, women, and children in America and around the world don't believe that the white man, his mom and child, and the Arab man and his mom and child owe us America and the world with interest. They don't believe that, Malcolm X. Let's hear that again. What you say?
Rooms in his house or one of the rooms with him in his house. Now, this is still not asking for something. If America gave the black man here half of this country, they wouldn't be giving us anything. They work our mothers and fathers for 310 years with no pay.
With no pay.
The Senate, the Congress, and the U.S. Supreme Court found it necessary to appropriate funds to repay billions of dollars to the Indians for land that was taken from the Indians 300 or 400 years ago. And if this generation of whites will recognize a debt incurred by the former generations of whites to the former generations of Indians, then this same generation of whites also must recognize debts incurred by the former generations of white to your and my forefathers. And if their own courts decree that they should pay the Indian today for what was done to the former generations of Indians, don't you think that God is more just than the court system of America? And if the court system of America says that the Indians must be paid, what do you think God would say?
Black people don't care, Malcolm X, about God when we talking about what everybody owe us for all the massacring they done under all everything gods. Christianity, Catholicism, Judaism, and Islam. Man, they don't care about God then. That's what black folks and any other folks don't care about God when they speaking of what the black race is owed in America and around the world. Continue, Master Teacher Malcolm.
That America must do in payment to 20 million black people who worked here for nothing for 310 years.
I understand because of art of war, chess, destruction of black civilization, Miss Nitty Fuller, counter-racist code, logics, and concepts, why they had to get rid of you and Mr. King. They had to, strategically, one-on-one, they had to get rid of Malcolm X and King and Thomas Sankara and Patrice Lumumba and Medgar Evers and Fred Hampton and the many, many others that they mass murder, raped, and tortured. Marcus Garvey's and all the other ones, and more than just them. Them the one they just tell you about is more of black men, women, and children in America and around the world that they massacred when we started to stand up for our fucking self and try to do a little bit to get back what we owed. Not begging, what we owed. It's a debt that's owed to us. That's bigger than what the motherfucking European Jews got by trillions of dollars. That's how big of our debt, much more it is than what the Europeans then got and still getting. We owed 1 trillion times that of what they have got and getting. And when you owe the most of the most of the most of the most, people will tell you, man, over the years, like, man, don't worry about that. Don't worry about being owed the planet. And you are the mothers and fathers and gods and goddesses of humanity that every race came from, family. That's another fact. See, when we start talking about truth and facts, people don't really want to listen and understand. One thing that I heard the other day on a video, it said about truth, it said, the truth is the least important thing in any society. It's a fact. The truth is the least important in every society, in any society on the planet Earth. Because if we're dealing with truth and facts solely, then you know that the black man and black woman is the mothers and fathers and gods and goddesses of humanity, and they owe trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars in tangible and capital and reparations by the Arab under Islam and the European, his mom and child under Christianity, Catholicism, and Judaism. This is all facts if we're dealing with strictly truth. But see, we don't like to deal with the truth. I'm going to digress. Thank you, Master Teacher Malcolm.